What is one of the top fighting game series of all time? Other than Street Fighter, everybody knows Street Fighter, but Mortal Kombat is one of the top series for fighting games of all time. We're not talking Tekken or Soul Calibur or things like that. We are talking the skull ripping, the flame eating, head chopping, Mortal Kombat. Why are we talking about Mortal Kombat? Well, there is a group of people online that are requesting or demanding a specific Mortal Kombat title to be actually released by Arcade1up and John D, and it's actually starting to gain traction. Even got one of the creators, or if not the creator, to actually say something about it. We're going to talk about Mortal Kombat 4 right after this break. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Like I said, we are going to talk about the hashtag FreeMK4 movement that is actually out there right this second. There's a lot of people that are really wanting to have this game released on an Arcade1up cabinet or even an iArcade cabinet. Who's going to actually do it first? I think it's going to be Arcade1up. Now, why do I think it's Arcade1up? Because there is so much talk going about it online that it's not even funny. It has even caught the attention of Ed Boon. If you are not familiar with Ed Boon, he is the creator of Mortal Kombat in general. Noob Saibot, well, you got Noob, and that's Boon, spelled backwards. He was the main guy responsible for actually creating Mortal Kombat. Now, Mortal Kombat 4, it was released back in 1997, so it is, it's dated. It's a little dated by today's games, but you also have to remember this was also the first 3D variation of Mortal Kombat that was actually released. Yeah, we had some of the other titles, like your Tekken titles, that were 3D, among many other series that were out there, such as, Killer Instinct and such. But Mortal Kombat was with us through much more lengths of time than any of these other fighting games. Now, I can't take anything away from Street Fighter, but Street Fighter didn't have the controversies that were built around Mortal Kombat in general. Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, when you had the likes of Scorpion ripping people to shreds, burning them, you had Sub-Zero ripping the skull and spine out of people. There were a lot of people that really hated it. When you look back, there was a politician, I believe his name is Leland Yee, from California. He was up in arms about fighting games, who, believe it or not, recently, he got thrown in jail. I can't remember what he got thrown in jail for, but he did get thrown in jail. Sorry, bro. That's on you. Shouldn't have really gone after people like you did, as well as a lot of other politicians. A lot of people thought the violence in video games were going to spawn mass murderers and killers and, people that are going to be very violent just because of these fighting games. I never saw that. We never saw that. You had a lot of people that would play Call of Duty or any other shooting game, or back in the day, in this time period, you were talking like Quake 3. Yeah, Quake 3. And we didn't have people going around blasting in the name of a video game just because they got a little excited playing a game. Yeah, I mean, you probably had people that got into fights. I'm not going to lie about that, but that has been something that's been going on since video games have been a thing. I'm sure there's been plenty of people who got into fights back in the 70s and 80s over stupid little things such as arcade machines or, who knows, people may have gotten into a fight over Pong. I don't know, but that would be kind of an interesting little topic when it comes to that. But I know I almost got into a couple fights just because of Street Fighter 2. Heck, I got into a fight in a Circle K once because I was beating somebody up in a game and they got tired of it, and we wound up on the floor and he got kicked out. Don't fight over games. I guess it depends on what game. But what was your first Mortal Kombat cabinet that you played in the arcades? Do you have any of the Arcade1up cabinets right now? I know that Mortal Kombat 4 is pretty much the last one that people really want to see in their collections, because you have Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat. You have all those different cabinets that have already been released by Arcade1up. People want to complete their collection, or they want to consolidate them. Release one cabinet that's got all 4 of the Mortal Kombat titles, whether it's 5 of them if you do 3 and then 3 Ultimate. Some people want to have it without having all the extra fluff and extra characters like what you're actually seeing. So I think it would be really, really cool to see them release Mortal Kombat 4 for the people that are really screaming this from the top of their lungs. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Mortal Kombat 4 worth releasing? I didn't think it was the greatest looking game in the world, but I really do think that it was a game that could be released. Obviously, Mortal Kombat's graphics aren't the strongest in the world right now by today's standards, but just by looking at some of the actual titles that Arcade1up has released, their hardware could easily run this title. We know it's going to be able to run this title. So one of the main guys that has been actually pushing this is Console Fanboy, which I will link him down at the bottom, even though he probably doesn't need it. He's got a lot more subscribers than I have, but his channel is about comedy and things like that as well. He even recently interviewed John D, asking some of these hard-hitting questions about, hey, are you going to do a Mortal Kombat 4? Are you going to do a Mortal Kombat XL cabinet or a Pro cabinet? And John D pretty much was like, no, we're not going to do any of that. So if you haven't seen his video, go check his channel out. Go check out his interview with John D to see what it is that he says. It's kind of funny in some cases, but, got to have that kind of humor, though. Don't go in there thinking you're going to take up for John D. Stick up for John D. It's okay. It's all in fun, and it was a good little interview. Okay. Go check it out. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I know I'm trying to change the format up a little bit. I'm also got a couple other little things in the works. I know a couple of you guys were asking about me doing things like merch. I'm actually kind of looking into that right now, possibly through Amazon. But I will let you guys know, and once I do, I will start posting them down below in the actual description of the channel here. So until then, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next time. Game on.